We've been waiting for it and it finally happened. Chicago Bears are trading the #1 overall pick to the Carolina Panthers. But what are they getting in return? According to Adam Schefter, it is quite the haul. The Chicago Bears are giving up the #1 overall pick to Carolina, and in return they are going to get the #9 pick this year, the #61 pick this year. They're going to get a first rounder next year in 2024, a second round pick in 2025, and if that wasn't enough, the Chicago Bears are also bringing in wide receiver DJ Moore, who is going to be an amazing asset for Justin Fields. So what does this all mean? Well, for the Chicago Bears, they are getting an absolute haul. And trading down to #9 is still going to afford them an absolutely amazing draft pick that they could use potentially on the offensive line or maybe on defense, depending on where they feel like they need the most help. But from a fantasy perspective, this really helps out Justin Fields. You have Darnell Mooney coming back from a significant injury last year, and you still have Chase Claypool, but DJ Moore is a solidified #1 wide receiver. And if you're thinking of ragging on DJ Moore just because Justin Fields is going to be his quarterback now, you should check out the quarterbacks that he's had and the numbers that he has put up. Moore already has 3 1,000-yard campaigns in his career, and just when we thought this year couldn't get bad enough for him, he actually had a career high with 7 touchdowns. And this is with guys like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, heck, we all remember PJ Walker, Teddy Bridgewater. They've tried to resurrect a few careers lately, and it just has not worked out for him. So now getting some consistency with Justin Fields is going to be awesome. We know that Justin Fields is a huge threat in the run game, right? That's going to draw teams up to the line of scrimmage. We don't know what they're doing at the running back position. David Montgomery is set to be a free agent. However, they still have Khalil Herbert, who's done well in his own right. Plus, if they put DJ Moore in the slot, you're going to have Darnell Mooney and Chase Claypool on either side of him. Now, does it hurt their value a little bit? Absolutely, because that's just less targets that could end up going to them. But those guys are such big play threats down the field that this is going to open up the middle of the field for some huge reception totals for DJ Moore. So half PPR, full PPR leagues, maybe this is a guy that, again, doesn't score as many touchdowns as we would like him to do, but could very easily eclipse 1,000 yards again this season and should see well over 100 targets. For me, that puts him right in that wide receiver 2 range. Cole Kmet for me will probably hurt the most from this because where DJ Moore excels is the same area of the field that Cole Kmet would excel, but he will still be a huge red zone threat. So while he might not have a whole lot of consistency in terms of volume, he could still see some really nice touchdown numbers. Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney were already late round kind of dart throws that maybe work out for you. One of them is going to end up having big games here or there, and the other one will probably be quiet in those same games. This isn't an offense that is going to have huge wide receiver outputs. So will all 3 of them exist together? In football sense, yes, it makes the team a lot better. But for fantasy numbers, it's going to be DJ Moore, and then it's going to be a whole lot of whose week is it? With Justin Fields and his rushing upside, he was already solidified as a quarterback 1, but getting a legitimate threat like DJ Moore now makes him a guy that firmly stamps himself as kind of that tier 2 quarterback. You're not going to draft him over the Allens, the Mahomes, maybe even the Lamar Jackson, depending on where he goes, or even Jalen Hurts, but this is a guy now that you have to talk about potentially being over a Joe Burrow, a Justin Herbert, guys like that. His rushing upside is going to put him right in that probably quarterback 5, 6, 7 range. And for Carolina, we don't even know who the quarterback is going to be at this point. My hope is, fingers crossed, it's CJ Stroud. He's probably the most capable guy of stepping in right away and helping that franchise. But in terms of pass catchers, And even running backs with Dante Foreman set to hit free agency, they don't have a whole lot of weapons. But keep in mind, they still do have Terrace Marshall Jr. So maybe a guy like Adam Thielen would make a whole lot of sense for the Carolina Panthers to play in the slot with Terrace Marshall on the outside. Expect them to really be active in free agency, and we'll see what they end up doing with the rest of their draft picks. But it's going to be free agency that makes or breaks the year for whatever quarterback they draft. Yo, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Fields, DJ Moore, the rest of the Bears? Who do you think Carolina picks #1 overall? Hit the like button, comment down below for me. Appreciate everybody tuning into this video. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see y'all on the next episode of the Fantasy Headliners.
Analytics off the chain, all the channels not the same. Jake and Kyle, you know the name. Headliner Nation, we running the game.